Welcome. Come on in.
Hello, I'm Valerie.
Nice to meet you, Valerie. I'm Shaquita.
I'm Troy. Nice to
I'm
meet you.
Jovan.
Nice to meet you, Javon.
Valerie. Javon.
I'm
Yes.
Siobhan.
Troy.
I'm Siobhan. I'm Shaquita. Nice to meet you.
Javon. Troy. Nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you.
So welcome. How you guys feeling today?
Distant.
Distant.
Yes.
You kind of look distant with your posture over there.
Mm-hmm.
These two look close, and you're kind of off to the side a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to discuss that in a bit. Before we start, though, we need to discuss a few household rules about confidentiality and informed consent. I know you guys read the disclosure statement, and you guys all agreed to it. Just be mindful of the informed consent. Make sure that everything we say here is going to be held in confidentiality. There's a few exceptions about harm to self, harm to others. Whether it's elderly abuse, child abuse, things like that, we would have to report. But most things are held in confidence here. Anything you'd like to add?
No, that's pretty much it. We would ask that in addition to our confidentiality that you would do the same. We cannot withhold secrets from the group. If one person was to come to me or come to Troy, we have to share. So I did want to get that out as well. No secrets.
And we definitely want to make sure, too, that this is a safe place. So the things that we talk about here, this is a safe environment, and we're hoping to maintain that safety here. So you guys are free to express yourselves as a group. And anything that's said individually can be shared with the group. You guys also agreed to sign those papers. So if we talk about individual sessions, and we decide to do that, again, things that you say can be shared with the group, especially if it's important to the group. You guys have any questions on those?
No.
No.
All right, so what brings you here today?
She don't want to be with us anymore.
I'm over this.
And what do you mean by over this?
I want out.
But we love you.
You do? I'm sorry. I just can't do it anymore.
So what are the dynamics of this relationship? If you all don't mind sharing.
It kind of started out as like a twosome, and then when the third person joined, the dynamic just shifted. And in that shifting, it gave me some time to realize that I just really don't think this is for me. I just feel like I'm growing apart from them.
Okay. Who was the third person? Okay.
I was. These two were together for about 5 or so years, and we met at a gay bar. I was by myself, and they propositioned me, and I thought at first it was just going to be, go home with them and do something fun, just a one-time thing, but it happened more than once, and then after a while, I began to have feelings for both of them, and so that kind of started our relationship. I kind of came into their relationship, and we decided to be polygamous, meaning that we are multiple lovers. So, and it was a really good setup. We all moved in together. We took showers together. We cooked dinner together. I mean, we were just really close knit. And now Valerie she wants out, and I don't understand why. I mean, she agreed to the situation before, and I guess now I'm seeing like some jealousy. I don't know what that's about, but we still love her the same. Well, I love her the same. I love them the same amount.
I mean, I love her too. I mean, we had a perfect thing going on. Now she just wants out of it. I don't know if she...
Maybe she found someone new and's not telling us.
What?
what was going on in the two of you, Valerie and Siobhan?
Mhm.
What was going on in the relationship that you felt you needed to bring in a third person?
I think for me at the time, I was just trying to do something fun, and it kind of like spiraled out of control. And I think that's why I'm pulling away now, because I'm just like, this is way too much for me now. Like, I just need to be separate. I'm not seeing anybody else. I just want to be single. I don't want to do this at all.
She say spiral out of control like it's a bad, like what we have is a bad thing. I mean, it's just another person. I mean,
Well, y'all can easily, find another person like we found Javon.
But-
Because I
but
don't.
You make me sound like a lost puppy.
No, it's not a bad found. I mean, it was great at the time. I just don't want to do it anymore. And I get that it's hurtful to y'all, but I feel like I got to do what's best for me. And that's leaving this. And so I agreed to come to counseling to try to let them see, I'm not changing my mind. I'm trying to be as good about this as I can, but I just don't. I got to get out of this.
So what you're saying is you're no longer open to the relationship as
Right.
us
I
three of
just,
you.
no.
I can see her feeling about that. I mean, like that towards her, but not towards me. We've been in for 5 years.
I
Like,
know, but no.
Do you
I don't want any of it.
do you find trust an issue, intimacy? What's the issue here now that you want out of the relationship?
I think I don't think that I don't trust either of them, because I mean I've been we've been together for a while. I just really feel like I'm shifting in a different direction. Like it's not anything against them, and I know that's how they're taking it, like it's a personal attack. But I just want out. I just want to go and do my own thing. I don't want to be attached to them or anybody else.
I honestly feel like she's being selfish. We have kids, and
I haven't birthed any of them.
but she has been, she's helped provide for those children
I can be a
financially.
distant aunt that sends money from a distance. I just don't want to.
But they call you
Continue
mom
this.
too.
They can call me aunt going forward.
That's
Mommy
impossible.
aunt, something different. I don't want to do it.
Now, why do you think that's impossible?
I think that's hard to ask a child to go from calling someone mom and seeing them at the house every day and have someone there cook their meals and and nurture them and all of that. I mean, we all three of us had a shared responsibility with our children. She doesn't have any biological children, but we both had biological children from our exes, when we were, still living as heterosexual. And so I just think it's extremely selfish for her to just up and leave, because she's not only leaving our relationship, she's also leaving the kids.
How many children are involved?
Well, I have one from my previous
I have
relationship.
one as well.
Okay, just two.
And we raised them as brother and sister, and
That still has nothing to do with me. I can still just leave. I mean, I feel bad for the kids. I feel bad for y'all, but not enough for me to stay. I just want out. Like, I don't know how much plainer it can be made. I just don't want to do this anymore. Like, I don't even see me continuing counseling, because I just really want y'all to do this together, figure out what you're going to do together, and I just want to go.
But that's not a real explanation or reason why.
I've outgrown this.
I
I
thought
just
you
think it's
loved-
strange now. I can't think about it. I just don't want to do it.
it doesn't matter what others think about us. I mean,
I think it's strange in my own mind. It's not what anybody else has told me. I can't. I want to do something different. I'm tired of being attached. I want to go and just be independent. I think maybe I was too young for this. I don't know. I can't be this serious.
So basically what you're saying is you want out.
Yes.
And no matter what these guys decide, you're going to leave.
Yes.
she can go. That's what she wants to do. I'm not gonna beg her.
But what about me? I mean,
You can be happy with Jovan. You are happy with her.
so
It's
these
just
5
minus
years,
me.
you're just gonna just
Yes.
leave and just go
Yes.
and just don't even
Yes.
have a care.
Yes. I'm heartless and cold. I don't care. I just want out.
I didn't hear her say you're heartless and cold.
I just feel like my whole decision has been berated so much that they don't see my side at all. I just want to be able to go and explore my own life and stop being feel like people won't let me because they want me to feel obligated. I don't want to do that. I don't have anybody to take care of. If I just walk away, I don't see the problem with it. There's no legal ties to any of this. I don't see why I just can't pack up and go. I could have done it in the middle of the night, but I didn't.
So
you never loved me.
This isn't about love anymore. This is about me making the decision that's best for me. And that's not this.
So what I'm hearing is though you want independence, but at the same time you're not gonna just pack up and leave because you do care about these.
Well, I do care about them, yes.
About them.
But I am leaving. And I just want them to come to terms with that. Because I'm not staying.
Well, babe, she can go and we can go to the courthouse and get married and make it official.
That's a great idea. I would encourage that. So that way you can focus on that. And don't even look for me. Like, just focus on what y'all have and raising y'all's kids. That's what's best for y'all.
Well, how do you feel about that, Siobhan? I mean, you got two different pros and sides here, and you're kind of sounds like you're kind of stuck in the middle.
I mean, I guess it don't matter what I say. I mean, she wants to go. I mean, it started out with just me and her. I love her. I don't want her to go anywhere. It breaks my heart that she's just this cold-hearted. She said this is not her life, but this is, I mean, our life before someone else came along. She agreed to it. I mean, I feel like she betraying me. She told me something that she was, gonna do and didn't do it. So
I never
I don't
said
know.
I was in forever. I feel
5
like I
years.
can change my mind.
5
5 years
years.
is
5
peanuts to an
years.
elephant. I can
5
go.
years. Okay.
Okay,
Well.
so the two of you were
Yes.
together for 5 years. Javon, how long have you been a part of the relationship?
About 3.
Okay.
Well, no, they were together for 5 years. I'm sorry, before I came into the picture, and so just to give you some background, so they were together 5 years before I came into the picture, and I've been in the picture for now 3.
Okay.
And so they've been together now a total of 8 years.
Valerie,
Yes.
do you have any regrets in as far as inviting Javon into the relationship?
No, not specifically tied to her. My regret is that I feel like I've let this go on too long. Like, I feel like I haven't, like, this isn't really the life that I want to lead. And it's like kind of like identity crisis, only it needs to happen because I need to do something else. Like, I'm not happy with this.
Well, I don't want her to be unhappy.
She can leave this session. I don't care.
All right. Well,
I do have one other question.
okay.
Before you decide to leave. Earlier you said that identity crisis.
Mhm.
Are you speaking of a lesbian relationship? Do you want to explore a heterosexual relationship? What do you mean?
I think that I need to know who I am by myself. So, like, I'm not leaving them for another person. The other person would be me. And that's the reason why I didn't understand why I was met with so much resistance at first. Like, I get that I'm breaking up the family bond, but I want to go and find out more about me. I don't feel like I don't know who I am with them. Like, I'm just a part of this, but who is Valerie?
But 5 years we lived together
Mhm.
as a lesbian couple. So now you're telling me, she comes along and 3 years later, I mean, you want out? I don't.
But couldn't that be a significant change in the relationship? Did you find that to be a change in the relationship?
It was a change.
By inviting her in permanently?
But I don't think it was necessarily a bad change. Like, me wanting out at this point, it's not as a result of Javon coming into the relationship. I think I'm just at a juncture where I just need to know more about me. I need to do something else to know more about me that I can't do connected. I just really feel like I need to be disconnected to find this stuff out.
I guess I can respect that.
which is why I agreed to come, because I don't want them to feel like I'm neglecting them. I get they're going to feel that way anyway. But at least if I try to explain it where they're actually willing to listen, maybe it'll make sense. So,
And the bottom line, I think all three of you guys care about each other. You guys agree with that?
Just hurt.
And I can see the hurt. I can see that in the beginning you were very sympathetic, not wanting her to leave, and then during halfway through the session you started going the other direction. Well, go ahead and leave. You know, I can see that in your body emotions, in your face, and in your expressions and your feelings. But I see that you're trying to change things now a little bit. You come back around.
I mean, because I hear, you know, I'm not happy about it, but I do hear her, and I do respect her as a person, as a woman, but and I wish you the best.
Well, thank you.
And if she does get out of the relationship, are you two going to be committed to staying in the relationship together?
I just proposed.
So you call that proposing here?
I mean, what were you guys expecting? Like the big to-do?
Well, I don't know.
I mean-
That's to me that seems like almost an intimate kind of time that you two might want to do
I
together.
didn't know
Not
he was proposing. Yes.
Gotta go. Okay, so you guys are good to stay and continue to talk about whatever y'all want to talk about. I don't feel like I need to be a part of whatever else y'all need to hash out. Alright.
Well, how do you? I'm sorry. If you need to go, you can go. But I was just going to ask, how do you really feel about the relationship, though, about her leaving?
I don't want her to go, but I don't want her to be unhappy as well. I do feel like she pulled the wool over my eyes. I mean, because I thought you were the lesbian, and now you're saying you don't even know what type of lifestyle you want to live anymore, and you have to go find yourself. I mean, in that regards, I feel kind of betrayed, but she made up her mind.
Do you all feel good with the decision, Valerie, for you to leave and you all to accept her leaving? I know it will be a change, especially a change at home
Mm-hmm.
with the children.
That's my biggest worry is kids.
I mean, we'll sit down and talk to her.
Well, maybe not to rush the session along or anything, but do you have any ideas of what you may say to the children in regards to Valerie no longer being there? And I guess before you answer that, when are you planning on moving?
Probably within the next 2 weeks. So it'll be quick. And if they want me to be a part of the discussion, I can be. I'm open to that for the kids, but I'm not changing my mind.
I would definitely want her to be a part of that conversation.
I agree.
Any thoughts on how you would bring it to the children?
I guess almost like, a traditional family would bring it to their children, in regards to a divorce situation. I would want to be very mature about that, possibly over dinner, make dinner at home and just kind of sit around the table and explain to the kids that, sometimes, adults don't see eye to eye and don't necessarily get along, and sometimes it's best that people go their separate ways, and that, by no means does that mean that there's anything wrong with the child or that they had anything to do with the situation with the parents, but that sometimes it's best that people live in different households, that Mommy Valerie, goes to live somewhere else, and we continue to live where we're living.
How old are the children?
My child is 6.
And mine is 3.
Oh, so your child is new, in a sense. Was your child planned?
Yes.
Okay.
By who? I did not agree. That's not a part of my reason for leaving, because I clearly stayed after that. But I didn't agree with that. I don't want children of my own.
It's like she don't even care. It's like she's just. I mean, I think that's the hardest part that I'm thinking. I mean, then she's saying that she didn't. She knew I wanted children. She didn't want it. I mean, yeah. She came along. She had a child. I mean, I wanted a child. I mean, it's like she doesn't even care.
So do you find the children to be a conflict then?
Say it again?
Do you find the children to be a conflict?
No. I'm fine with them having their children. I don't have any for a reason.
Well, before she even came along, that was going to be an issue with us anyway. I always wanted children, but
And that's a big issue, whether they have children or not have children.
Mm-hmm.
It's a big issue in any relationship.
yeah, now 2 is here, and they call her mom, and she's ready to leave.
One thing that Valerie did mention was wanting to remain a part of their lives. Are you all open to that?
And that's not mandatory on my end, so that's totally up to them.
See,
But do you want to be part of their lives?
you see how she doing?
I wouldn't mind it. I wouldn't be against it. But I'm fine with them saying no as well, because I can't control it. They're their kids.
She's very detached.
I mean, she's like, and it's just hurtful.
I feel like if she was really the parent that I thought that she was, that even if we didn't want her to see the kids, like we would never do that because she has been a huge part of their lives and has been a parent, that she would be willing to fight for that, and even though she has, whatever feelings towards us about this situation no longer working out for her, I don't feel like the kids should be in the crossfire because of our decisions,
Right. And I think with your child being 3, and you only been in a relationship for 3, so that means you guys were planning the child before you came along,
Mm-hmm.
Well,
and that wasn't, and you didn't have an
she
issue.
said she wasn't planning a child. I always wanted a child.
Did you guys discuss that with each other?
No.
Yes, we did.
And I said no.
Always. What?
So
We
You
discussed
did that
it.
on
She
your own.
said no, but
that means you
I
still
still
no.
wanted a child.
So like I said, they're their kids legally. If they tell me no, I'm not going through the heartache of all of that stuff. I'm going to go and continue my life. That's just where I am.
I have one other question. So it seems like Valerie has her mind made up, and it's just the 2 of you. Will there be another person coming in, or will you just try and work on just the 2 of you?
I would just want to work on the 2 of us.
Yeah, this is too much. Like I wouldn't want. I mean, I wouldn't want to go through this again. What a second. I mean, this just by chance happened. We met at a bar and we all seemed to click, but I mean,
So you found it difficult to maintain a relationship with everybody?
not
How's
at
it treated you?
first. No, not at first. I mean, just slowly, just first year great, second year, no, I don't know. Now here we are.
Are you willing to come back for more sessions to talk more? Or
I
are you
guess
pretty much done?
I will, but I can't commit to coming to all of them.
She can't make a commitment for anything.
No,
So
I'm
I don't
done
see why.
committing for a while. This was too much.
I'm back to she can leave.
I'm with you.
Especially after the whole kids thing, like, I don't want to see
I
her.
love her and I don't want to make her unhappy. So if she's done with the situation, then I just have to work on the hurt from that and make sure that, I mean, I don't let it drop a wedge between us.
That's understandable. So since Valerie has her mind made up and it will be just the two of you, do you think that we should focus on the kids and transitioning them into a two-parent household now?
And what about defining your relationship? Do you guys find that to need to be reevaluated on how to define your relationship? If Valerie's no longer included?
Man, I thought we was doing fine.
I can see that.
I love our
That
little
just goes
family.
to show what they pay attention to because I've been distant for months.
Months.
So everything wasn't fine.
She made up her mind.
Any other things that you all would like to discuss before we transition into the closing of this session?
No.
Okay, would you all like to come back for another session? I know that you're kind of up in the air, but would the two of you like to come back for another session?
I'm open.
Okay. So just to give you some things to think about and possibly work on until we meet again next week, just try and focus on how you're going to prepare the information to present to your children. I know the 3-year-old may not really understand what's really going on, but the 6-year-old may have some idea. So just think about how you're going to, present that information. I know you said, Valerie, that it'll be maybe 2 weeks. So you all have some time to start thinking about what you'll say to them. I know you'll still be in the home when we meet again. So at our next session, we can talk about how to prepare the children for the change in the household.
Michelle, you should be able to agree with that.
I can.
I'm sorry about my phone. The kids, they have to be picked up from soccer practice.
No problem, I understand. Well, if on your way out, if you could see our receptionist, and she'll schedule your appointment for next week, and we'll see you then.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thank you.
you.
It went black on ours too.
How do you stop